joined by Providence College head coach Ed Cooley. Coach, we'll ask you to make an opening statement, and then we're going to take questions from the floor.
Well, we're very excited to be here as a representative of Providence College as well as the Big East Conference. Our players have had a tough year with injuries and a condensed lineup, but I think we've played our best basketball coming down the stretch. Our players have totally bought into this whole heart and soul of what drives us every day. I think players have bought into a role and have this mentality of just playing to win, playing to have fun, and playing with a purpose. I'm excited to be here. I can't tell you how joyed I am to coach these kids. It's been a lot of fun. We play a great opponent, play a Hall of Fame coach who's been here probably as long as I've been alive. And I'm just very appreciative of the opportunity to be in this NCAA tournament and represent Providence College.
Okay, before we take questions again, please remember no flash or video photography in here. Raise your hand, wait for the microphone, and give us your name and affiliation before you ask a question. So, questions from the floor. Back to the left of the camera stand.
Brendan McGarrett, Pawtucket Times. Ed, what has made this team a fun to coach for you this year?
Well, to see how far we've come. I just think 3 years ago, when we took the job, almost 3 years to the day, the culture changed, the attitude changed, the teaching these young men how to prepare, teaching them what it is to use basketball as a life experience. And to see how far someone like a Kadeem Batts has come, to see how far Bryce Cotton has come, has made it really fun to coach this group. And the more I trusted them and the more they trusted us as a staff, I think the more success that we've had. So that's been the fun part. I feel like a proud father with these young kids of how far they've come.
On the left in the rear.
Yeah, Ed, Kevin McNamara from Providence. When Roy Williams was in here, he was talking about Lavelle from North Carolina Central. His first time here, you should take your time and enjoy it. I know you've been here a lot as an assistant, but obviously first time as a head coach. Does that ring true for you, or is it tough to enjoy it?
I think it's a great question because I've dreamed about this opportunity to be sitting on this stage as a head basketball coach, that we had a chance to lead to this. I remember as an assistant coach sitting right in them same seats listening to the gentleman that I worked for, and I said, wow, I hope one day I have a chance to be on that stage, and right now I'm living that. So as I sit here today, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this more than you know. Now, I'm very nervous. I got a lot of stress, but at the same time, if you can't enjoy what you do and take something from it, it's not worth it at all. So trust me, Kevin, I'm enjoying this moment, baby.
Far right, fourth row.
Coach, only one problem. John Rook, WEEI. The carpet's not blue like you thought it might be.
Yeah, well, that was our motto, and in my mind, I still see it as blue. The blue center, the NCAA logo, is blue. The letters on the baseline are blue. We're playing against the color blue. So there's a lot of blue for us to continue to talk about. Powder blue, baby blue, sky blue, blue.
Do you feel, Coach, may I follow up? Do you feel like this is about where you thought you should be at this stage since you took over the program? Are you ahead of schedule? Are you a little behind? How do you feel of that, or do you even measure it in that sense?
I don't think you could ever measure success. It's about the process. I did feel in early November when we had a full roster, I thought we had a really good basketball team, and I thought we could get here. But just like anything else, there's going to be bumps in the road, and you're going to have to deal with those. And it's how you deal with something is how you'll respond to it. And I think our kids have been resilient in that response. When they hire you to do a job, and that's what I'm here doing. I'm trying to do my job.
Third row on the left.
Tom Orsborn, San Antonio Express News. Just talk about what it takes preparation-wise for Bryce to be on the court so much and the mental toughness that it takes to pull that off.
I was waiting for that because that seems to be the theme even during the season that everybody talks about is our Iron Man, Bryce Cotton. First and foremost, I still think he's the most undervalued kid in all of America in college basketball. I think he's an elite level guard. He's been playing 35 to 39 minutes a game since we've coached him. So I don't look at this as any different. He's a mentally tough young man. He knows how to pace himself to play a full game. We never think of taking him out of the basketball game, ever. With the timeouts that were allowed, we use the timeouts. There's long TV timeouts. There's strategic timeouts that are used. And at the end of the day, what kids do really want to come out? They don't want to come out. I told them, come out when you retire. Other than that, don't look at the bench because you're not coming out.
On the left, fifth row.
Ed, you made mention the other day of Carolina's front court, their size and running ability. As you've watched them more, do they compare to anybody that you faced? And just, what does that challenge bring?
When we went back and we watched, Baylor has some bigs that run extremely well. We played Baylor last year, playing against Syracuse in their length. A lot of people who haven't seen Carolina in person or have evaluated them, they're really long at the rim. They're extremely athletic and talented. They're well coached, and we got our hands full dealing with that length and speed and overall athleticism. So we're going to have to be on our A game if we're going to be fortunate enough to advance.
Questions? Anything else for Coach?
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot for having us.
Thank you, Coach.